Hello badminton fans and welcome to this Li-ning 3D caliber 001 badminton racket review. Right, where shall we start? Let's start with price and availability. A lot of these 3D caliber rackets, pretty difficult to find, to be honest with you. Just, when we're doing some research on these rackets, some of them you find quite easily and other ones you just don't find easily at all. So slightly struggled with availability on this. I have a screen here in case you're wondering why I'm looking away. 3D caliber 001. I can tell you we will be selling it at our sales site, and our racket sales site will serve Europe and UK and the rest of the world for that matter. The retail price is around 60, 65 I think. We're selling it for £55, so it's not a bad price. Our racket sales site is www.badminton-racket-review.com. And if we do run out of stock, it's always available on back order for a 7-day lead time, something like that. It's not too bad. Okay, let's go to the specifications and compare the manufacturer specs to our own E-zone specs. So overall racket weight 82 plus or minus 4 grams. Feels heavier than 82. And our weight shows it to be 85.1 grams. That's with Yonex BG65 at 25 pounds tension here, and the grip supplied by Li-ning. Balance point 305 plus or minus 5 mil. So this is a balance going towards the head of the racket. The Badminton Racket Review E-zone balance point test show this to have a balance of 325, so much head heavier than Li-ning are suggesting. So Li-ning much closer to the head of the racket. The shaft stiffness is towards stiff, it says here. So stiff, fairly stiff shaft, and the Badminton Racket Review stiffness test shows this to be a medium flex shaft. Okay, 30 pounds is the maximum string tension, is 30 pounds. We do not have do we have a grip size? We don't have a grip size written. No, we don't. Racket is made of carbon fibre, and that's been the case with all of them. They've all been high carbon or some sort of the other. UHB shaft, high carbon, TB nano, Aerotech beam system. Okay, that's all the information that we have written on the racket. So let's talk about the design. Well, this is a slightly brighter design. Again, matte seems to be the current theme. This graphic around the head is a really common theme amongst all the rackets, whether they're expensive or cheap. It's a nice design. To me, it's fairly plain and not particularly exciting, but it's nicely done. It's well executed, well built racket as you would expect from Li-ning. Take a look at these images and see what you think for yourself. Okay, specifications are done. Let's go to the E-zone. Okay, so before we start our E-zone testing, what do you need to know about how we test our rackets? Well, first of all, we use the same shuttles, the Yonex AS30s on all tests. We re-string all of the rackets with Yonex BG65 at 25 pounds tension, and it's the same player taking all of the shots. Right, now you have some basic understanding of how we test. Let's move on to the smash test. The smash shot that you're seeing here, and for all of the rackets we've tested within Badminton Racket Review's E-zone, we take generally 6 shots. We take the 2 highest racket shuttle speeds, and we average those to give us a overall speed. If those two two readings are not within a certain percentage of each other, we then retake the entire test. This shot measures the shuttle speed coming off the racket head, and also if you go across to the E zone, you'll see a picture similar to the one you're looking at on the screen now, which accompanies every single racket within the E zone, so that's nearly 650 or more rackets, with this kind of smash JPEG showing you the racket head speed, the shuttle speed, the distance, and the approximate repulsion of the racket. Okay, now we're going to do an E-zone maneuver test. The maneuver shots was designed to tell us about the racket's acceleration abilities, its ability to shift from one direction to the other or shift quickly from nothing to full speed. It also tests the racket's aerodynamics. In this test, the player is sitting still with the racket, and once the shuttle is fired, and we measure the shuttle speed to ensure we have consistency within the tests, so it's coming at the same speed all the time, or roughly the same speed as much as we can control anyway. And then the player reacts once the shuttle is fired to hit the shuttle, and we are measuring the head speed of the racket during that test. Okay, so they're done. Now it's E-zone control test time. The control test is a simplistic test. We've thought many times if there was any other better way of creating a test where we are focusing on the control of the racket and able to score it, and we so far haven't come up with anything better. So this control test is essentially a test where we have 14 shots taken. You're not seeing all the shots on the control video. We generally film half or less of the shots taken. The green bucket here scores maximum, the grey scores slightly less, and anything in the net or out scores nothing at all. So how do we conclude this racket? Well, just taking a look at some of the test results here. And it's all round, I tell you what is really interesting, it's all round not bad. It scored a reasonably respectable score in the E zone, and when I look at the actual on-court testing that I did with this racket, it's actually not a bad all-round racket. Again, with Li-ning, its primary strength is its control. A load of these rackets just absolutely awesome at controlling the shuttlecock, keeping it tight, and again, you know, coming in from the back of the court, keeping decent control levels, very good. Smash power with this is rather limited, and that's pretty interesting because I think that it has the potential to smash a little bit harder. The problem with a lot of these Li-ning, some of these Li-ning rackets that we've tested, is they're just not moving through the air quick enough to be able to get the head speed to deliver on a decent smash, but it has the potential to deliver an okay smash. It's certainly not rally stopping smash power. Yeah, I think I would say if you're an intermediate player whether you're a singles or doubles player, it will offer good control, reasonable overhead ability, okay smash power, not super powerful, but just okay, and decent control. So yeah, and you know what, if it was any more expensive than it is, I'd probably say don't bother. But I think at this price level, it's okay to give it a shot. If you're a Li-ning fan, you're certainly going to save a lot of money over the 3D Caliber 900i, which is like £150, and is only a few steps above this in performance. So it definitely, that racket is definitely livelier, quicker, feels better, can smash harder. All round, I'd say it's the better racket. But I think for the price, this is not bad at all. Don't get me wrong. That is if you really want a branded Li-ning racket. If you don't really care and you just want the best racket, again, it goes back to our original favourites. It doesn't get even close to the speed of the Venom or the power of the Venom, or the Nano 9900, although that's a slower racket in the air than the Venom. It's probably not as slow as this. So it's a difficult one. So I'm just saying, look, it's a nice-ish racket. It's definitely not worth me saying don't buy it, because it's reasonably priced. And for a Li-ning, I think it's not bad at that price range. So I'm going to say give it a try if you're a Li-ning fan. If you're not into brands and like us, you just care about racket, pure racket performance, then there are better options at the same price range. There is no doubt about that. But if you don't want to veer away from Li-ning or Yonex or Victor, then try this, because there's not a lot that's going to compete with it from the branded sector. Okay, I cannot point out that it's amazing any one thing outside of control. And I won't say it's very, very super quick in the air either, and it doesn't deliver a big smash, but it's not bad in all areas, so defense, control, repulsion, and all of the drives and so on and so forth. If you want a full-on review, you need to go across to the E-Zone, where we talk in more detail about the overhead experience of using this racket, what it's like to clear with, what it's like to drive with, what it's like to defend with, what it's like to control from the back of the court, what it's like to, how much repulsion it offers. All of that information is available on the E-Zone, where we talk in greater depth about the racket. This review really is a short synopsis of the racket to give you a quick idea of what you're looking for. Now, if you're an E-Zone member and you're visiting our YouTube channel, please do leave a review on the E-Zone if you are using this racket or any other rackets on the E-Zone. 657 rackets now registered on the E-Zone. If you're using any of them, leave a review. There's thousands of people visiting the E-Zone every month. Please leave a review so other people can benefit from your experiences. If you're not an E-Zone member and you're not familiar with the E-Zone, there will be an E-Zone video tour following this video, give you an idea what's going on there. Also, if you're not an E-Zone member, leave a review on any of the social media channels of what you think of this racket or any other racket you may be using. I think that concludes everything regarding the racket. Just want to thank you all again from the entire Badminton Racket review team. So grateful for the support, so grateful for the comments, so grateful for how many corners of the planet Badminton Racket review is reaching now, and that is down to you guys and the support you guys are giving us. Thank you so much. Really genuinely is appreciated. Please do keep up the likes, please do keep sharing, and we will see you on the next video.